appreciate it, Michael. I want to thank everybody who came out tonight. A great crowd, great turnout. Rock Nation Sports, they jumped into this business. A lot of people said they didn't have a lot of experience, which they didn't, but, I said that they're the type of company that, everything they touch, they're going to be successful because they got the right team in place. They have, the right mindset toward business, and they're successful in everything that they do. So to see them rapidly moving through this sport and making some big moves is really, really, grateful to be a part of. And I'm appreciative to be a part of the team, and it's just an awesome thing to be a part of. So I appreciate Rock Nation too. They did a great job once again. Just to second what Michael said, just thanking all the sponsors. We had some great sponsors for this fight. Obviously HBO, my team, James Prince, Josh Dubin, my coach Verge for getting me ready. Just everybody. I mean, it's a lot that goes into these events. I know it looks like we just kind of come in and make it look easy and then we leave, but it's a lot that goes into this in preparation. It's a lot that goes into it with negotiations. And I'm just thankful to have a good team behind me and to have a good foundation so I can just focus on boxing. As far as the performance tonight, I thought I did a good job. Alexander Brand was not the top guy on my list. I knew he was going to be very, very, very awkward. He's not necessarily, doesn't fight like Kovalev at all. But at the same time, it's a good guy to fight because you have to stay alert at all times. He's a veteran. I had to exercise some patience tonight because I wanted to get him out of there very, very bad. But at the same time, you got to be smart because he's literally closing his eyes and swinging for the fences and hoping he lands something. And this is professional boxing with small gloves on, so anything can happen. He caught me a couple times, but nothing that was, nothing that buzzed me or anything like that. But you just got to stay alert. And I was trying to push, but I wasn't able to get the knockout tonight. But I'm thankful I got the win. I'm excited about November, and I'm coming to get those belts.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm working on another division right now, but we did beat a lot of great champions at 168. It took a lot of time, and I was involved in a unique tournament, the Super Six, which allowed me to fight a lot of great fighters quicker than I probably would have. So that had a lot to do with it. And now I'm hitting reset. I'm starting over. So at 20, it'll be 22 years in the sport this December. I'm a young veteran. And you got to keep finding things to motivate you. And my motivation is to be a multi-divisional champion, to be one of the all-time greats, and to, whatever you say about me, you'll never be able to say I didn't fight the best. And that's what I want my legacy to be, and to walk away from this sport at the right time and then try to get back the best way that I can. I mean, my body feels good. I don't think I can make 168 anymore. 75 isn't easy to make. I'm not doing anything crazy to make it, but it's not the easiest thing to make. Mackey's my guy. I consult with Mackey all the time. We're talking about doing some work for the next fight. But I talked to Mackey this morning. We chatted this morning, and he's just a very knowledgeable individual. I think Mackey's almost 70 years old. If he's not 70 years old, this man gets up at 5 in the morning. He'll show you a six-pack if you want to see it. The man is phenomenal. He motivates me, and I love being around him. I love talking to him. So we're talking about doing something for the next fight. I haven't done that in a while. It's been a minute since I switched. My wife, man, honestly, she's been getting on me about it. She's like, why haven't you been turning southpaw? I'm like, because, I don't know. You need to probably start doing that more. So we've been kind of talking about it. And then Verge has been pushing me in camp a lot to start doing it. That's something I did a lot more as an amateur and even early in my career. And I couldn't tell you why I got away from it. I don't know. But, it's something that's natural. I'm naturally left-handed. Virgil turned me around when I was a kid. So I feel very comfortable from that stance. I have a very strong left hand, and it's something I got to keep doing because it's very effective. Thank you. Yeah, it's a good comparison. I mean, you try to get we had good sparring. We had some different looks. I think the key is different looks. You know, we had some tall guys. We had, you know, several guys that were his height that, you know, fought similar. You know, who, you know, were tough and threw wide punches and hard punches. And you know, you do the best you can to get guys that are compatible, guys that are similar. But it's like I told the HBO crew yesterday. You know, this wasn't the top guy on my list. He's a very awkward guy. I expected actually it to be an ugly fight, and I expected him to be doing a lot more mauling and holding. But I said I have to figure it out. Like a top fighter, you have to figure it out. There's no excuses. Like if I'm fighting a brawler, a short guy, a rangy guy, if you want to be the best, you have to find a way. So we found a way tonight. Again, I wanted to get a knockout. I wanted to stop him. I wasn't able to do that, but I am happy I got another 12 rounds under my belt. Thank you.
Do you think after the Thursday fight, will you still be successful? Are you still going to continue to fight at Oracle, or the rest of your fights going to be like Vegas or
I mean, I'm never abandon Oracle. You know, I think, you know, we're able to take care of our business in November. We're just going to be in a stronger position. That's all that means, you know. And of course, it's a business aspect of it, but you know, my team knows how I feel about, you know, my hometown and my home area. I'm gonna never abandon Oracle ever, and I'll never apologize for fighting here either. Won't do it. As far as just their career, I mean, it's, you know, it's tough. I mean, I just try to, you know, give advice if it's asked of me. You know, I don't know if I ever have an official role in this sport, like a promoter or a manager. You know, I don't know. I kind of struggle with that. I don't know if that's something I want to do, but you know, I have been, and I want to continue to be a guy that's available for somebody to call, somebody to pull to the side and talk to. And you know, it's been amazing how, you know, some of the trials I've been through, you know, through boxing has, you know, it wasn't just for me. You know, I've had so many people call me, send me contracts, and I'm like, listen, I'm not a lawyer. I can't read this, but I can get it in the right hands. And just ask me my advice because they know I've weathered the storm and got through things like that. So I just try to give advice wherever I feel is needed. You know, I don't try to bombard guys because my way is not necessarily right for them. But a guy like Devin Haney, he's on the right track, and he's ahead of the game because he has a father who is leading him in the right direction, who's helping him. He's listening to his dad, so that's more than half the battle. So a kid like Devin is gonna be just fine, and if he stays focused, which I believe he will, he's gonna be a champion for a long time. Yeah. He knocked himself down. It's mental. It's just staying alert. It's just staying alert. I mean, I got pretty good instincts in there, and a couple punches he threw, I was like, wow. Like yeah, like you really think you're gonna hit me with that? That's how you feel? But that's who he is. I mean, some of the uppercuts and some, you know, and Virgil's pressing me. He was like, come on, son, let's get it. He wanted me to get the rounds and try to get him out of there inside of 10. He wanted the rounds for sure. And I tried, man, you know, and I'm really hard on myself, man. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get that, but, you know, I tried. You know, I tried, but at the same time, like you said, I got to be defensively responsible because if he catch me with something stupid, you know, everybody's faces are going to look a lot different out there at this press conference right now. You had a award, and then, you know, you got, you know, the fight's off in November, and, you know, how you feel about that? And I didn't want to have to answer those kind of questions, so I just tried to be smart. Yeah, I tried, man. I'm sorry. I tried. 22nd or 24th?
22nd.
Okay.
22nd. What do you think your run means, for an urban city like Oakland?
Anything is possible. Anything is possible. In a nutshell, anything is possible. It's a lot. It's a lot of. I think I heard Marshawn say this one time that some of the greatest talents never make it out. Some of the greatest basketball players. It's a lot of smart people in urban communities, like extremely smart, but either didn't get opportunities, made bad decisions. It's a slew of different things that happened where they didn't make it out. Some of the best basketball players in the world, they played on the playground. They didn't make it to the NBA. So, yeah, man. I mean, that's just one amongst many, but it just shows you that anything is possible. And if you really want to do something in life, it's very simple. You have to work. You have to work, and you have to continue to work. And when you don't feel like working anymore, you have to continue to work. And I'm a firm believer that when you work hard, great things happen. Things fall into place. So myself and many others, man, look at us and just try to pull something from there and just realize that, man, you can take the easy road out and sell drugs or commit crimes and do things that maybe will get you some quick gratification, but it's only a couple ways that's going to end. Stay focused, man. Get good grades. So what if they call you a square? Be a square. Do what you got to do, because in the end, you're going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to just make a quick announcement. The attendance tonight was
8,600. I didn't get the numbers. I need to get a reporter has to get that.
Man, I would love, that's obviously a dream. I've talked about it. I can see that happening, but obviously, like you said, first things first. I got a major task ahead of me at light heavyweight, but I could definitely see that, go to heavyweight. They have to be the right guy. It couldn't be a Klitschko or somebody like that. It's got to be the right heavyweight.
And I know you're a role model to young athletes coming out here. Now they're putting you on the spot. Kilo Moneta from your area.
Yeah, it's my boy. Yeah. Oh man, I can't pick that. I like both them guys, man. And I'm kind of mad they're fighting too. I sparred with both of them to get ready for this fight.
Everybody in my area didn't think I would ask that question, but I did.
Yeah. Kilo came to the gym and he's talking smack about him, and then Joe came and Joe's talking. I'm like, oh my God. This is gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna try to make it out there too.
Hey, big plug. September 10th,
It's Tachi, right?
California. Yes,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it out.
What that sound like, sir?
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
So you had two fights, both led by heavyweight. How important is it on the other hand during practice certain folks like claim domination or to ascend? Yeah.
I mean, you could say that I've accomplished enough where no matter what happens in that fight, my legacy is set. And I think that's the reality of the situation. But that's not how it's going to be viewed. This is a career-defining fight. That's the kind of pressure that I put on myself. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to get that task handled. And that takes nothing away from Sergey Kovalev, because he's everything that people say that he is. But this is Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns all over again, where it's 50-50. Who's going to rise to the occasion? That's what my father used to say. And, I plan on doing that. It's going to take a lot of work. But I'm willing to go through whatever I got to go through to get where I'm trying to get. Yeah, it's a new age in boxing, kind of based on how the monopoly board is set up with managers and certain promoters and different things like that, and that's fine. I'm all for guys, getting paid more money and maybe taking less risk, because typically it's the other way around. They're taking heavy risk and not getting compensated equally. So, there's a place for that. And then there's a place for guys saying, okay, get the money right, and I fight the best guy out there. So I I'm not saying I'm the toughest guy on the block. I'm just trying to do my part. This is my race, and I'm trying to finish my race and finish it strong. And I'm trying to be great, man. You know, some people say, "Oh, you're already great," but I don't look at it like that. You know, I have a lot of work to do because when I'm finished, I want to look back and say, "Man, I didn't waste a day. I didn't squander a fight. I didn't squander a training camp." It's a tough business, man. I've been doing this 22 years. It's a long time. That's a lot of training camps. That's a lot of miles that I've ran. That's a lot. So when you go into a fight like in November, it's not just. I mean, I've been groomed for these moments since I've been a kid. So, yeah, we got to go to training camp. Yeah, we have to shift our focus on one guy. But this is what I've been groomed for. This is what I've sacrificed for all my life, to be able to be that guy in that moment. And that's what I'm going to be working toward. Thank you. How did she do? She won? Okay, yeah. I didn't see it, but I'm so happy she was on the card, though. I think she was a late addition. I'm so happy she was on the card. Number one, for her being, you know, Bay Area native and getting that you know, that shine and just getting opportunity. You guys would be shocked, man. It's hard to, women don't get opportunities like that. And you know, kudos to Rock Nation for giving her the opportunity and giving a female fighter an opportunity like that, because I'm telling you, the women, man, they sacrifice like we sacrifice, and they're fighting for respect, and they just don't get it. And people say there's no market for it, but for somebody like Rock Nation to take a chance on them and say, okay, we're going to create a market, man, that's a blessing. So I was so happy when I heard she was on the card. I'm glad she won, and I'm sure she's going to get more opportunities.
Andre, your performance tonight, your defense really stood out. My peers and I, we cover fights day in and day out, and I know there was a couple of moments where I was sitting next to people and we went, woo!
I was doing that too in my head. He was throwing some stuff at me, boy. I was like, woo! I don't know if it's an edge, but it's definitely an asset. You know, it's definitely, I mean, that's just part of who I am. You know, I feel like I'm not going to give you anything for free. If you hit me, you're going to earn it. That's the way it's got to be. I'm not a punching bag. You know, I got great legs, and I'm going to use them. And I don't run. You know, I'm not a runner, but it's about angles and, you know, just inches. And as you get older, you know, you saw in Floyd's career, like, he moved a lot early. And then he realized I don't have to move like that. I just take a half step back, boom, I hit you, and you know, that discourages you from throwing punches. And I'm getting into that mode where I don't have to move as much. I move just enough. I do just what I have to do. So I don't know if it's an edge. It's just something that he's gonna have to deal with, just like there's things on his side that I got to deal with. And you know, we got to see. We got two great trainers, and it's gonna be a great fight, man. It's the biggest fight in boxing, hands down.
Anybody else you see fighting in a light heavyweight division?
Man, the way my brain works, like, he's the only guy in the division. He's literally the only guy in the division. He's the man. Who else is above him at light heavyweight? So that's a situation where you focus on him, you beat him, and then you sit down and weigh your options with your team and see what's next. You can't juggle both, you know. Yeah. Yep.
And you've also had the teammates like Amir Khan, Andre Gordo, Peter Clothing, light out here. How does it feel to represent a diverse team like the Bay Area, going back to the 90s, the Niners, Raiders, the Warriors? How does it feel to represent the Bay Area every time you see it?
Man, it's beautiful, because in the Bay Area, I'm probably one of the only things that everybody can agree on. Between the Giants and the A's and the Niners and the Raiders. So I guess maybe the Sharks and the Warriors. Outside of that, you know, everybody's fighting. Everybody's against each other. So it's wonderful, man. I mean, this is like literally these moments like this. Driving to this arena when I fight here and walking in the building, like I'm telling you, like I couldn't explain to you what goes through my head. Like I'm trying to keep myself calm because it's such a surreal moment. Like this is really happening. Like this is what I dreamed about. This is what I always wanted. And to live it out, to see the people come out, the news, you know, websites, all these different people. It's amazing, man. It's hard to explain, but it's tough because I'm still active, so I have to stay in the moment. I can't relish it too much. I can't get too caught up in it. But I'm aware. I talk to my wife about it. I talk to my family and friends about it. Man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Yeah. My brother right there. We a day apart. We a day apart.
I'm also Jamil, and I represent Let's Talk Sports Nation, urban Louis Group is the area.
That's what's up, man. Keep it going.
So since like Joe Lewis, Max Mellon, we just also had Terrence Crawford and that guy,
Posto.
Right? We also had Apollo Creed and right now we got you and Cole there, right?
Hey.
So would you say there's a rivalry going between American fighters and Eastern European fighters? African American fighters, right?
I don't know about African American fighters, but I mean the Eastern European fighters are here. A lot of them, you know, so they're getting those opportunities. So yeah, I mean I think there's an inherent probably rivalry there, you know, between Americans and Russians because they're on our turf, they're on our soil, they're coming here to try to make a name. So, and we're trying to defend what we have, so to speak. That's how I look at it. No disrespect, it's nothing personal, but yeah, I think it's an inherent rivalry there because they're coming to try to take something that we have.
Name the venue at this point. You know, what we do know is on November 19th on HBO pay-per-view, and you know, sometime next week we'll give some more information. No.
I think I'm a combination of Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins, and Floyd Mayweather. That may sound arrogant, but no. I'm just saying, like, those are guys that I really study, and that's who I have in my style. And obviously Andre Ward. You know, it's like Verger style mixed in with all of those guys. You know, I can fight inside, I can get rough. You know, I can be flashy, I can, you know, do certain things when I need to, and then, you know, I can be very systematic like Floyd and break a guy down. So I think, you know, I've taken something from all three of those guys. But at the same time, I'm trying to stay true to who I am and just be myself. So if that makes sense. Yeah, thank you. Try to be formless, man, like Bruce Lee said. I don't have a style. I'm what I need to be when I need to be it, you know. And it's funny because people try to tag me like, oh, he's a technical fighter. Oh, he's a slick fighter. Not really, man. It's a lot more going on in there than just being slick. Because if it wasn't, a lot of the guys that I fought would try to walk through me. I fought some of the biggest punchers in my division, and if I wasn't hitting hard and I didn't have nothing to offer, trust me, they'd be walking straight. It's funny, the same thing they say about Floyd. Oh, you can't hit. Somebody's putting them knots on them guys' head. Somebody's stopping them from running in there, like. But it's not maybe boom, boom, where guys out, so people just don't think you're hitting hard. But trust me, the opponent wouldn't say that if he was being honest.
Floyd born the day after.
Any other questions?
Thank you. Oh man, I'm pretty disappointed, man. Honestly, I don't even know how. I don't know how we'll call that fight. That probably lean toward the guy named Ward. You know, they say he's pretty good. Probably lean toward him.
Thank you all so much for coming out today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.